gon' burn it down. Burn it down. We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit.
It's murder. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
I killed it. I killed it. I killed it.
I killed it, it's murder.
Merchandise is exclusively available at the soulstore.com and अगर आपको ये खरीदने हैं तो डायरेक्टली वेबसाइट पर जाइए. वेबसाइट पे जाके अपने फेवरेट मर्चेंडाइज को सिलेक्ट कीजिए, बी इट मार्वल और डीसी और हैरी पॉटर. वहां पे सिलेक्ट करने के बाद स्क्रॉल थ्रू योर फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट, जो भी आपको पसंद आता है उसको सिलेक्ट कीजिए डायरेक्टली एंड सिलेक्ट योर साइज. उसके बाद जाके अपने साइज को सिलेक्ट कीजिए, एड द प्रोडक्ट टू द कार्ट एंड उसके बाद आता है मेन स्टेप जहां पे आपको मिलेगा 20% डिस्काउंट. एंड टू गेट दैट 20% डिस्काउंट जस्ट अप्लाई द कूपन. कूपन का नाम है वॉर मीनिया 20. यहाँ पर डायरेक्टली टाइप कीजिए वॉर मीनिया 20 and just apply the coupon and voila, you saved $109 directly. तो जाइए जल्दी से अपने favorite merchandise की shopping करिए and get an instant 20% discount. DC Comics merchandise is exclusive.
We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit.
It's murder. killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
I killed it. I killed it. I killed it.
I killed it, it's murder.
Show them. Change the station with a new hit. Show them. Change the station with a new hit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder.
Go crazy, berserker. We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. We gon' burn it down. Burn it down. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder. I killed it, it's murder.
I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker. I killed it, it's murder, go crazy, berserker.
Show them. Change the station with a new hit. Show them. Change the station with a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit. Change the station. Change the station. Change the station with a new shit. With a new shit.
DC Comics merchandise is exclusively available at the soulstore.com and अगर आपको ये खरीदने हैं तो डायरेक्टली वेबसाइट पर जाइए, वेबसाइट पे जाके अपने फेवरेट मर्चेंडाइज को सिलेक्ट कीजिए, बी इट मार्वल और डीसी और हैरी पॉटर. वहां पे सिलेक्ट करने के बाद स्क्रॉल थ्रू योर फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट, जो भी आपको पसंद आता है उसको सिलेक्ट कीजिए डायरेक्टली एंड सिलेक्ट योर साइज. उसके बाद जाके अपने साइज को सिलेक्ट कीजिए, एड द प्रोडक्ट टू द कार्ट एंड उसके बाद आता है मेन स्टेप जहां पे आपको मिलेगा 20% डिस्काउंट. एंड टू गेट दैट 20% डिस्काउंट जस्ट अप्लाई द कूपन. कूपन का नाम है वॉर मीनिया 20. यहाँ पर डायरेक्टली टाइप कीजिए वॉर मीनिया 20 and just apply the coupon and voila, you saved $109 directly. तो जाइए जल्दी से अपने फेवरेट मर्चेंडाइज की शॉपिंग करिए and get an instant 20% discount. DC Comics merchandise is exclusively available at the soulstore.com and अगर आपको ये खरीदने हैं तो डायरेक्टली वेबसाइट पर जाइए, वेबसाइट पे जाके अपने फेवरेट मर्चेंडाइज को सिलेक्ट कीजिए, बी इट मार्वल और डीसी और हैरी पॉटर. वहां पे सिलेक्ट करने के बाद स्क्रॉल थ्रू योर फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट, जो भी आपको पसंद आता है उसको सिलेक्ट कीजिए डायरेक्टली एंड सिलेक्ट योर साइज. उसके बाद जाके अपने साइज को सिलेक्ट कीजिए, एड द प्रोडक्ट टू द कार्ट एंड उसके बाद आता है मेन स्टेप जहां पे आपको मिलेगा 20% डिस्काउंट. एंड टू गेट दैट 20% डिस्काउंट जस्ट अप्लाई द कूपन. कूपन का नाम है वॉर मीनिया 20. यहाँ पर डायरेक्टली टाइप कीजिए वॉर मीनिया 20 and just apply the coupon and voila, you saved $109 directly. तो जाइए जल्दी से अपने favorite merchandise की shopping करिए and get an instant 20% discount. DC Comics merchandise is exclusively available at the soulstore.com and अगर आपको ये खरीदने हैं तो डायरेक्टली वेबसाइट पर जाइए. वेबसाइट पे जाके अपने फेवरेट मर्चेंडाइज को सिलेक्ट कीजिए, बी इट मार्वल और डीसी और हैरी पॉटर. वहां पे सिलेक्ट करने के बाद स्क्रॉल थ्रू योर फेवरेट प्रोडक्ट, जो भी आपको पसंद आता है उसको सिलेक्ट कीजिए डायरेक्टली एंड सिलेक्ट योर साइज. उसके बाद जाके अपने साइज को सिलेक्ट कीजिए, एड द प्रोडक्ट टू द कार्ट एंड उसके बाद आता है मेन स्टेप जहां पे आपको मिलेगा 20% डिस्काउंट. एंड टू गेट दैट 20% डिस्काउंट जस्ट अप्लाई द कूपन. कूपन का नाम है वॉर मीनिया 20. यहाँ पर डायरेक्टली टाइप कीजिए वॉर मीनिया 20 and just apply the coupon and voila, you saved $109 directly. तो जाइए जल्दी से अपने favorite merchandise की shopping करिए and get an instant 20% discount. DC Comics merchandise
Experience tranquility.
Hero is insane. Power before.
Experience tranquility.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fast Track Reflex Vox presents Pro Warrior Cup, organized and managed by Mania Esports. My name is Shadow, and alongside me is SouL, who is going to be my no, not this side, this side, yeah, this side. SouL, who is going to be my co-caster. SouL, how are you feeling? Finals, the ultimate round is already here.
I am feeling so energetic, after watching all those matches in the conquest round, after all that overwhelming performance. I am, energized, with super energy, with once again, which Monster provides us. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, we have our energy partner as Monster Drinks. Energize yourself. And how are you feeling today, Shadow? I would like to know about you.
Excited because the top 16 teams have already qualified, and like you mentioned, they are going to unleash the a monster inside them, and it's going to be full of drama and full of I can say mirch masala, because the teams are going to be competing for a very heavy prize pool. So it's going to be very well action packed game. In fact, the whole
Exactly.
day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the prize pool before in the conquest round was around
Mhm.
1 lakh Indian rupees. However, but now the prize pool now has been 4 lakh rupees, 4 lakh Indian rupees. I mean, that is such a huge amount. I mean, I cannot
We
imagine.
we'll come to prize pool also. Yes, that
Exactly.
that is going to be the main factor, but more than the prize pool, the bragging rights that come along with that, that is what the teams are always competing for. That is what individually the rising stars, in fact few of the rising teams have also qualified. And I'll tell you, sir, these almost 9,000 teams registered, and from them these three teams qualified for the ultimate round. And yes, they have a big stage, they have the spotlight, they have got everything, they just need to prove their mettle. So I think the bragging rights is something these 16 teams are going to be fighting for.
Exactly, just like what Shadow said. 9,000 teams had registered for this tournament, and now, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this, that all of those teams which couldn't make it now have been filtered out, and what remains in front of us actually is all those professional teams. And once again, I would like to congratulate all those rising teams. And guys, it's actually nice to see how the rising teams come up. I mean, it's always great to see how those underdog superstars they come up, and it's always great to see. So I think Shadow, tonight's matches will like go to a very next level, and I think we might see a new new era of the gameplay. I mean, after that round, after that much of action, let's see. I mean, nothing is expected. I mean, I think I have my expectations are only to be be shocked by all those victories and all those skills and all those play styles. I'm very much excited about these the teams and all.
For sure, excited. But like you mentioned, the conquest round is done and dusted. The matches are over. We had a team 8-bit topping the leaderboard. But now we have a complete new empty slate. That means all the points, all the finish points, placement points are over. Every single team is going to start with zero. That means everyone has the chance to be on the top of the leaderboard. And like you mentioned, this is going to go for 4 days. That means 4 games for 4 days. That also means
Okay.
total
Whoa, it's 16 complete
16.
games
Yes,
exactly.
16
Yep,
games. So that means teams do have ample number of matches in their hands. So
exactly.
anything can happen. It's just the day one, and if you start day one with a very good head start, the momentum certainly helps you in the coming rounds and the coming matches.
Exactly. That is what exactly Shadow said. I mean, today is the first match, so I can, Shadow, I can say that we are back to, square one. Once again, we are all back to the complete base again, and from now on, the teams will be building their own reputation and their own castles along the way, and they will march right towards the victory. I mean, I can feel that trophy. I mean, what player feels actually. I mean, I can feel that the trophy is right right in front of them, and all they need is those 16 more matches, 16 more crucial steps, and by the count of 16, I think there'll be ample of teams. I mean, 16 teams maybe enter in a match, so countless amounts of teams to conquer, countless amounts of battles to be fought, and much more enemies to defeat. And every time they step up, it just gets harder and harder for them, to hang on and to. I mean, I'm very much excited to see who is the one who comes over the top and takes away the War Mania Pro Warrior Cup. And I think the tagline exactly suits my description right now, that let's be unbeatable tonight.
He going to try it and do that. That is try and be the unbeatable and come out as a winner with a winner chicken dinner or very good finish points to back them up, even if they are on the second or the third position. But it's just the day one of the final round, the ultimate round. Like I said, 4 days are going to be there, and this time on conquest round we had only Wrangle and Miramar, but this time Senok is also going to be added. So that means something new is going to be there, and the underdog teams, the rising teams which have qualified, we don't know anything about them. We don't know their drop location, we don't know how they rotate, their rotation path, nothing at all. That means Senok can be the game changer map, I can say that.
Yeah, definitely. Sanhok is one of the aggressive maps,
Yeah.
and the battles in Sanhok are what actually I find cool enough, because there are enough grasses for the people to sneak in and all that. But however, while we talk, let's have a look at the prize pool distribution, guys. So the prize pool distribution is as follows. As Shadow said, the ultimate round, the total prize pool will be of 4 lakh Indian rupees. I mean, that is a huge amount. And followed by the ranks. Let me walk you through the ranks. The first rank will be getting 2 lakh Indian rupees. The second one will be getting 75,000. The third one will be getting 40,000. And the fourth one, 20,000. And last but not the least, fifth one to be added is 15,000 Indian rupees. However, MVP will be getting 25,000 Indian rupees, and MVT also 25k. But the biggest thing in the first three ranks are they get to have all those finest, classy watches from Fast Track Shadow. All those watches from Fast Track with 1.69-inch display, the SPO route tracker, and perfectly made for gamer.
Alexa inbuilt feature in the watches are something you are gonna love. So these players, these top three teams are going to be getting four fast track reflex walks. But more than that is the prize pool. Look at that. First rank is walking away with 2 lakh Indian rupees. And individually also you can increase your prize money, because if you're the MVP, that means 25,000 Indian rupees are only and only for you as an individual player.
Exactly. I so want to be on that position right now, guys. Like 2 lakh Indian rupees and 4 watches. I mean, that is so amazing right now. I mean, guys, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, so the bigger the prize pool is, the bigger the risk is, and the bigger the risk is, the intense will those battles be, and the more intense the battles get, the more minds will be at the working. So, ladies and gentlemen, not only will we see the action, the live action in those matches, but we'll also see the mind games, the tactics, the rotations of the teams, and as Shadow said, how the teams, the rising teams, we don't know about them exactly. That is what they have, and the question actually, Shadow, is that will they use that knowledge to their advantage? Have they seen all the other teams? Have they known them? And how will they plan to conquer them? But initially, it's all about them. But I am very much excited to see them live in action, and we might just come up with a new, rising team, Shadow.
Going to do their homework, because the mistakes that were made in the conquest round, they are not going to repeat it in the ultimate round. So obviously they have done their homework. They have already had a look on the rotations and the drop locations of the other teams, so they do have a knowledge when it comes to Irangal and Miramar. But when it comes to Senok, yes, about the invited teams or the qualified, everyone is a qualified team, but the teams that have been in the competitive scenario for a long time, uh, we already know something about them. At least their drop locations we already know. So the added advantage is, if any single team comes with a surprise, that is certainly going to provide a certain edge in that particular game.
Exactly, as you talked about Sandhawk map, that made me more and more dynamized, to be honest, to be precise. I am completely dynamized to see the action, because in Irangal and Miramar, we might just have predicted the locations, we might just have known the strategies, we might just have known the rotations and those strategies applied by those teams. But in Sandhawk, what will these teams be doing in Sandhawk? I mean, there are too many places to land. For example, the hotspot. I mean, the hotspot of Sandhawk map is what do you say? I mean, boot camp exactly, which consists of more and more buildings and more places to hide. I mean, there are complete rotations. The another one is Paradise Resort, which is completely a maze. I mean, that will be a hard time for teams, to I mean, there should be a very much I would say impeccable at giving calls to each other. And on the other hand, we have another drop location, that is Ruins. So Ruins also, on the other hand, is one another maze, and there are so many other, for example, Sami, and then all the other areas in the Sandhawk. So I think there'll be lots of tactics, and there'll be we'll get to see some new kind of gameplay, I mean, this time. And all those teams will be baffled initially, like, and I think they might have planned, Shadow, they might have planned about what is going to happen now that they know that Sandhawk is in here.
We know Sanak is going to be there, but first let's have a look at the teams, that which teams have made it to the ultimate round. Obviously, there is going to be Team SouL, Team X Park is there, Team 8-Bit is there, Reckoning Esports, NIgma Galaxy, R Esports, Revenge Esports, RCD Esports, Team Raven TYCO, Team Orange Rock, Team Rivalry Esports, Team Velocity Esports, Team UDog Esports, and 7C Esports. Then we have Team Freelancer, Celsius for the win, and Team Blind Esports. So these 16 teams have competed against each other in the conquest round, and these are the final 16 teams that have made into the finale round, that is going to be the ultimate rounds. So pick your favorite team, sir, I'll say. Pick your
Uh,
favorite.
to be honest, I am quite confused. That is actually a good question, to be honest. But I am quite confused about how these teams will be performing here. But Shadow, let's leave it to the matches, to be honest, for this time. Because as we saw Team SouL, like overperforming. I mean, what a performance in Conquest rounds. Once again, on the other hand, 7 Seas Esports with that amazing victory in Miramar, and then 8-bit with the madman who was dominating, and of course the MVP during that time. And as we saw, Blind Esports once again made a comeback, and then I mean, so many teams and so much fun once again. Then OR Esports, Velocity, how they came up, how Celsius emerged victorious, how they were dominating that day in the map. I mean, it's completely unpredictable, but after all, it will all be a major surprise. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, what we are talking about today is just surprises, and surprises. And what a miraculous victories by all these teams. You remember that day when 7 Seas Esports was fighting? I mean, it was completely confused, like through which who won the match. They almost had that slipping it away from them, and at the very nick of time, to be honest, at the very nick of time, they just landed their own chicken dinner at that time.
Team Team Xbox didn't had a very shiny performance in the conquest round, but they are the fan favorite teams. And based on your voting, the audience in based on your voting, these teams have been invited in the ultimate round. So let's see how they are going to perform in ultimate round, because in conquest round the performance was definitely not up to the mark. But it's a new day,
Yeah,
new
exactly.
round. So let's see if they can have a fresh start and they can be on the spot they deserve to be, that is on the top
Yeah,
15 or
exactly.
top
Should
5.
they, will they prove themselves of what they are and what they are known for? Will they do that? But as we talk about that, let's have a look at the schedule of tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the first match will be a Wrangle map at 6:30. I mean, the time, and another match will be at Miramar. Exactly, that is when the match ends. And third match, which I am much more interested and intrigued about, is actually the Sandhawk map. And the fourth match will once again be a Wrangle. And the last match, as you know, Shadow, the viewers match, which is also called as the fun match, will be after all of these matches.
In the chat, the first two games are going to be streamed on the YouTube, but after that we will shift to Loco specifically, and the viewers match, the ID password and everything will be provided only specifically on the Loco chat. So if you want to participate in the viewers match, you know what you have to do. Head on to Loco, head on to the channel of Mania Esports, and there you will get the ID and password. And the match will also be streamed on Loco specifically. So for now, we are here to entertain
Yeah.
you guys. And like you mentioned, the map schedule, it is certainly starting from Erangel and ending with Erangel in a classic fashion, but in between we have a very fast paced game, that is Senok, and a very slow game, in fact a tactical map, that is going to be Miramar, because you have to be very aware of the terrains and geography of Miramar, because if you are not, doesn't offer much camouflage area to hide yourself, or the compounds, it has got terrains, so you have to take fights around those ridges on the hilly areas. And the one who is the fastest and the one who captures the height advantage first definitely have an advantage.
Well, Shadow, to be honest, I don't know about you, but I can't stop sipping this tasty energy drink for now as we talk and as we move forward and as we see that map, the Sandhawk map, I mean, which will exclusively be shown on Loco. Unfortunately, we won't be there, but we are there for you for all those two matches. But these two matches also will be amazing, ladies and gentlemen. While we talk, all your favorite teams are right now joining the room and they are preparing for that battle. Maybe They're waiting for the plane, the buckling up their seats, planning the strategies, where to land, how to conquer, how to come up, and how to emerge victorious all over, and how to dominate ultimate round, and how to win that particular prize, which is 4 lakh prize pool. I mean, such a pressure, such a match, and so good teams, as you talked about Team SouL, which was fans' favorite. Will they keep their fans' expectations? Will they take it to the next level and finally prove themselves and walk away with the victory trophy? And once again, will Velocity, team will retaliate once again? Will Seven Seas once again with a very nice victory, with a very nice lineup? They have such a great player base once again. And I'm just talking about the conquest round, the matches so far, so good. I have seen them, and I'm talking about them. I mean, such a wonderful performance. Things just keep getting better and better for us right now as we speak. Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you once again that all of your favorite teams are waiting in the lobby, and they are waiting for the match to begin with. And I think that is where we wait, and we make our assumptions. But I think we'll let that game make all the assumptions, that who is more energized today, and who is more ready for the fight. I guess everybody is ready, and this will be my call personally to each and every team there right now, that best of luck. Give it your best. Give it all that you have, and put everything into it.
To do that. But talking about the previous round, the competition was so tough and so close, Cell, that the top two teams, 8-bit was in the hashtag one position, EXO was in the second position. The point difference overall was mere 3 points. Three
Yeah.
point difference between the two teams. That means it's not going to be so easy to maintain the top spot in the leaderboard, especially when you're having 16 games in your hands. Anything can happen. 8-bit was definitely leading the chart from the very start of the conquest round. Later on, reckoning also have to say they were on the third position, but they got the highest finish points for themselves. Second highest, I'll say. Highest were for 8-bit, second highest finish points for team reckoning also. So that means teams are quite aggressive, and it's not going to be easy at all. Anything can happen. The team standing at the hashtag one position, top position in match one, maybe at the end of finale round in match 16, that team could be on the fourth or the fifth place, because looking at the previous stats, 3 point difference between top two teams. This
Yeah.
close competition.
I mean, 8-bit was dominating in first 2 days. To be honest, I mean, they had a vast points difference. But on the very third consecutive day, 8-bit couldn't perform well. I mean, all the other teams, they were like just coming up, and they were improving their performance, improvising. Like I said during that event, improvise, adapt, and overcome. That is what their strategy was, and that is how they came towards just mere 3 points difference. That is what you talked about exactly, and I respect them for that. And but Shadow, I think I'll be more worried about what about those teams who are in top 5 all the way. And I mean, they were all the way in the top 5, so they also did their best to retain their positions over there. So I think the more the I mean the more worry will be about those teams who are constantly in the top 5.
It's a new round. It's the phase three of our event, so that means every team is starting afresh. But Sel, I was going through the chat, and everybody is asking, "Start the match. We don't want to see the casters. Just start the damn game." So bear us for few more seconds, because your favorite players are already in the lobby. So me and Sel will disappear from your screen, and our voices will still be there, and match will start in a
Exactly.
matter of few seconds. You have to wait just like a minute or something, because I can already
Yeah.
see almost close to 50 players are already in the lobby.
Exactly. And as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be there with you with our voices, definitely. But we'll be ghosted around, and we'll be looking at those players along with you. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that you and me, we are all in the same seat. because we both will be watching all those matches. And actually, Shadow, to be honest, I am very much more excited about. I am more excited to see all those teams in action. Chat, of course, definitely they really want to see their favorite teams definitely in the action, but I also want to see them in the action. But however, talking about those rotations which the teams made, how they made a comeback, how Sarang dominated in the Miramar on the very last day, Sarang and his team Abrar. I mean, how they were dominating, how Daljit and his team, how they marched up to the Blind Esports. I still remember that in Miramar. I still can't forget how he performed a 180 and instantly killed the other person, and how they emerged victorious that day. And I still can't forget about Team Celsius on the very second day. However, they couldn't make it up on the third day, but let's not forget them also. And how once again SouL also performed, and on the very last day, how team how GodL, they defend themselves on the George Pool. I mean, what a battle those were, and still much more to come. I mean, lots of battles like that to come, because it's the same map after all. It's the same plane, and it's the same area, same battle area. Will all those teams emerge victorious right now, and what will their plan be? Because as we saw, each and every team were trying as hard as they could in the conquest round. They were constantly rotating. They were constantly analyzing the area, as we said, constantly improvising, constantly adapting the area. And once they caught hold of that specific area, they were the main point was to defend, and how exactly they defended, how impeccably they defended, and they emerged victorious in those matches.
Think SouL performed really well because they were constantly at the bottom of the leaderboard from the very start. So this time they better perform and play every single game with the dedication. Otherwise, like in the previous round, they were in the bottom, and this time also they were at the bottom of the leaderboard. But like you mentioned, Team Velocity, on the other hand, yes, they did manage to get a chicken dinner in the map of Erangel. And yes, Daljit really is being really good with those grenades. In fact, Kratos also. But on the other side, the other teams that are constantly on the top positions were Team 8-bit. Every single
Yeah,
game. This
exactly,
Team
exactly.
Team Exo, although going for a late rotation in the circles, but still having many finish points and placement points. In fact, a balance of placement and finish points for this team. I think they are pretty much consistent. And Team Reckoning also, they were also having a very good time in every single game.
Yeah, exactly. They had a very good time in that every single point of game. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, all those teams, once again, let me remind you that they are joining, and I have a bit of a leak for you that SouL will be in the match. The hot favorite, the viewers' favorite team, SouL. Team SouL will be there in the match. Let's not forget the first day how SouL defend themselves, how they used the drop clash to their advantage, how they stayed sneaky, silent, and how they just attacked the other team when the drop clash was over between all the opposing teams, how they striked just like a viper, just like a rattlesnake does in jungle, exactly. But this is the battlefield Erangel, and how well they performed in the first day actually. But I was quite not disappointed, to be honest, but I felt bad for them, a little bad. How they lost on Picardo. I mean, how they had the other teams completely boxed up. They were just sitting ducks over there, and one of SouL's player was on the top of the building, main building in Picardo, which is duplex building. So, and how they boxed them out, how they cornered them out. But it was a little bit. They were in a little bit hurry, I guess. That is what costed them defeat over there. But overall, their performance was great. But I think they were not lucky enough, to be in that conquest round. To be honest, Shadow.
But talking about drop location clashes, I have been witnessing in every single Wrangle game, Team 8-bit and Team Blind. They have been going up against each other in Primorsk because they both like dropping in there. So this time, are they changing their drop location, or are they again going to fight amongst each other? Because sometimes Team Blind wins, sometimes Team 8-bit wins. but the team that loses, that means they lose, come out of the match on the 16th position. That means a very big loss. No finish point, no placement point, nothing at all. So are the teams ready to take that little risk, or are they going to play safe? Are they going to go somewhere else, or are we up against an early action in the first match or wrangle?
Let me say you in just one words. Those were battle shadow. This is going to be a war because the stakes are now much more higher than what it was in the conquest round. That was a conquest round, but this is the ultimate round, the final round, the champions round. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what War Mania Esports brings to you. So, guys, if you like the channel, make sure to subscribe and do happen to leave a like definitely, and will be delighting you with a lots of future more battles and all of your favorite teams, all the new emerging superstars to come to show you live action battles of them, and will be witnessing all those battles along with you people. It will be an honor to serve you from the side of War Mania Esports. So make sure, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And once again, talking about SouL and Blind, if I'm right. Correct, Shadow?
Yeah,
Yeah,
team, no,
so
team 8-bit and
and
team blind
okay, team
both
8 to 10
go
blind.
in
And
Primosk.
to be honest, I am so much energized to know.
It's okay.
I just can't wait for the match to start. Actually, I mean, what is taking so long? That is the question in my mind. But let's see. Anything can happen. I mean, there might be some minor problems between those teams, to come and join, and some of them might just not be ready yet. But definitely, we are here already, and we are waiting. But to be honest, Shadow, I really can't wait. I really can't wait to see them act in the actual action. So as you talked about 8-bit and the other team, I mean the uh, 8-bit and Blind Esports, right? As they like to land on Premosk, so will they be taking that kind of huge risk in this map in Premosk? But that also depends on the plane path actually. But however, if not, not considering that kind of a risk, I think they might choose another part, but they have to, because the initial drop clashes are quite very risky, to be fighting, because you don't have the enough supplies, enough gears, not enough the armors and helmets and all. Your gear, your bag is not complete yet, so that is kind of tough, because you just have to improvise with whatever you get. I mean, whatever, even there are some situations where you even have to go on to toe from pistol against a shotgun, or maybe an assault rifle, or maybe even sniper. I mean, anything can happen over there. It's all about the things which are present down there. And once again, the lobby as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, is currently getting full, and all of your teams are your favorite teams definitely are joining in, and we are just waiting and waiting. But during that wait, let's talk about the battles which we had on Miramar also, like how 8-bit on the very first day, they kind of they couldn't get the chicken dinner, but some way somehow they were on the top. And let's not forget once again how Abrar and his team performed in that church thing. I mean, it just keeps coming in my mind, flowing all those what people now say OP moments, the overpowering moments from those teams, Abrar. Then how Sarang could took first blood in Miramar. Will he be able to take that first blood once again in Miramar? Will he be able to conquer once again? Will And then as we saw Canary, always, as a viper, I mean, I would like to call him a viper of this game. He just strikes at the very perfect position, very precise position. He just I mean, he has a tendency, to search the other players if they are lonely, or maybe somehow distracted from their team, and somewhere somehow he sneaks up to them and just shoots them out of nowhere, conquering them, and that is a very nice strategy from OP Canary. I mean, exactly, once again, that word came out of my word, OP. I mean, this match is going to be OP, literally OP. So what are your thoughts on them, Shadow?
Miramar, I can't forget another team also, that is Team NIgma Galaxy. The way they got that chicken dinner for themselves, having the height advantage and perfect rotations coming in, and perfect zone reading also coming in from this team. So I have my eyes set on NIgma Galaxy also when it comes to Miramar. But drop location clashes in Erangel, I'm thinking another drop location clash is gonna happen between Team Velocity and Error Esports, because they both like going towards military base. So four teams, maybe an early fight or maybe an initial fight in the first circle during the rotation. I think we are going to witness. In fact, Team RE Esports also like going towards the military base island, but they go towards the southern side of the base. So that is not a problem. They go for the late rotations. So I'm thinking many drop changes are going to happen in the very first game.
Yeah, might be. There could be anything. Anything could happen, Anything could just happen. So, as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, the match has now been started and the plane path is in front of us. So, as we see Team SouL, Team Xpark, Exo, Orange Rock, 7 Seas, Velocity, Reckoning, UDog, and RVNG Esports. On the other hand, we have NIgma, Freelancer, Blind Esports, the 8-bit, Rivalry, RCD Esports, Raven, Celsius, and R Esports. So, as we see, the circle is all the way from Zarki covering up the Georgepul Hospital, Rosohawk Ruins Shooting Range, Severny School, and Yasna Apoliana. Let's not forget there's also an option to glide at Pochinki. Once again, farm. There's an option to go to the shelter caves once again, as we see, and Milta, and then prison also, and mention Lipovka, Milta. I mean, too much on my mind right now, Shadow. I'm so much excited to see these teams. So what are your thoughts on this, Shadow?
Going towards their favorite drop location, the teams that like dropping in towards the southern side, they might have a little problem. They have to rely on the vehicles or the waterways to reach their drop location. So let's see. And I can already see Team 8-bit might be going towards the Primorsk area because they have dropped in, they are gliding. Let's see if they stop in between somewhere, or they will go towards Primorsk, because if they are stopping in between somewhere quarry area, then they might face Team Celsius also. And the circle
Oh,
completely
wow.
opposite to the flight path is towards the southwestern side. Are we going for a quarry finish circle? Because that is my favorite position in these types of circles, because quarry finish is full of drama and action.
Exactly, there are all those steep landings and all that hilly area, and in between, the one who is in between gets shot out from everywhere, to be honest. That is kind of annoying also. But if you are on the top, if you are on those hilly areas, yeah, you might just dominate all the other teams. So as we speak, XO Sensei just changing up the vehicles and going off. The entire EXO team has now landed over Milta, I guess. Yep. And on the other hand, as we see how the skirmish is now going to start, what will be the confrontations? How will the teams discord with each other? How will the conflict be? How will they encounter each other? I'm just waiting to see the first drop clash as we see, ladies and gentlemen. EXO team is now full on going on gearing up in Milta, as we see Sensei now once again getting an AKM here. However, SouL has landed near Gutka, where VLTS Velocity also is there. Kratos and Slayer once again, first blood by FL Nova. Ladies and gentlemen, SouL team. I think SouL player number 3 has Bison ready with him, and he has just started knocking down FL, and I think the kill is now confirmed on FL. Now, as we see the SouL, the entire team of SouL is now just. I think they are gathering them at a place, or maybe just looking for gears to upgrade, and then maybe they'll be striking at Velocity. But I think they might also have an idea about Velocity. And as we see Canary, once again the Viper is now getting ready, team number 17, RE Canary. But however, Jadu is only on a very low HP, and there is another team again with Canary now throwing smokes. The Viper is now getting ready to strike. The Viper is just now getting its position to strike at the very first point. But as we see the map, they are just I mean they the other team, I mean Yeah, exactly. The other team, team number 17. Yeah, is it? Yeah, the other team just might be, covered from all the other side. They might just be surrounded. The FL Zeno and Vamp, they might just be in trouble as RE Hero and Canary make their way as assault teams over there. Hero, I think, getting shot. Jadu again, one at 1 HP. Will he be able to revive himself? Will he be able to retaliate and save his team and get alive from this area? Walk away alive and walk away victorious once again.
Drop location clash where I didn't expect at all, because RE Esports, either they go towards the southern side of the military base or towards the Novo area, but this time they are in Lipovka, and already another team is already present. CV, I believe, has been spotted down, so he better be careful. On the other side, Hero has been at the receiving end of the shots coming from somewhere else. So looking at the mini map, RE position might be good, but not for long, because with VSS Zeno picks off Hero or there finds a confirmation, that means RE is reduced to 3-man squad, and Canary is making an angle onto Zeno, but will he be able to find a connection, find a knock onto him? That is a big questionable situation. On the other side, RE lost their numbers advantage. FL is having the numbers advantage. In fact, Jadu, look at him. He has got no healings. His HP is already about 20% something. Even the armor also. Empty bags can't stand upright for a very long time. And this is particularly about RE Esports, because they don't have the perfect loot. But somehow they find a knock onto Zeno. But Zeno will be again back on his feet thanks to his teammate. So it all comes down to CV to stop the rush that might be coming in anytime soon from RE Esports. And Canary, with that perfect grenade and follow of Molotov, finds 2 knocks onto the players of Team FL. CV is going to the last man standing. Things are turning around for the players of RE Esports, and CV, you better clutch it out in this situation. Otherwise, Team FL will be the first team to be eliminated from this game.
Once again, what a very nice strategy from Canary, just picking up at exact same point. The Viper has now struck over, taking away Zeno and Noah with its poisonous attack, and now it's all left. I mean, they also have lost a hero, that is hero. They also lost a player, that is Hero, and once again Rockstar is now going up against Sirvi. Now either thinking of clutch or maybe just holding back for now, because I don't think they just are ready to be eliminated at the very first. But Rockstar, they are just consistent over them. Rockstar once again pushing out, and what a knock by Sirvi, what a jump shot. And once again, RE Jadu might just be in trouble right now. Canary has a very nice vantage point, a very exact vantage point, to be honest. And there comes another rush, and RE Jadu marches victorious, taking out Blind Esports. And ladies and gentlemen, this is our first team to go out. Another followed by Team Freelancer is also out right now as we speak. So Team RE once again with 3-man strong team. RE Rockstar will now be healing. So as we see, team number 18, TYCO, are making their way on towards the George Bull Bridge. Is it? Yeah, exactly. TYCO, Razor. Yeah, they are making their way towards the George Bull apartments, where Rico, I mean, yep, Rico, Mox, Half Night, and all of them, they are just waiting. I think they heard the vehicle. Emil Raven might just be in the problem, getting shot at, and these teams are. That was very bulletable welcome to that team. Let me add that. And once again, TYCO Cowboy with again his full team. What a performance by these teams also. They also played pretty decent in the conquest round. Let's see what they do here.
What they do here, because so many drop changes we are witnessing this time. Team Blind has already been eliminated, and Team RE Esports has eliminated Team Freelancer in Lipovka. And looking at the zone, so many rotations are coming from the eastern side, especially from the shelter area. That means there is going to be multiple fights that are going to erupt. On the other hand, teams on the northern side, I think they are in a very safe spot. I can say that they can go for the late rotation. Also, VLT is looking pretty good because they have the complete open area to move inside the circle. There is no another squad that is present in the military base island, but team 7 sees nearby them another team is already rotating rotating, and Sarang do realize, but he also knows this is not a position from where you can pick up a fight, from where you can initiate a fight. So they better find a good position. But the intel about opponent team is also going to come handy, and this time the circle has taken a almost concentric shift. So the teams in the Gatka area, well, multiple long range fights. They will be poking each
Exactly,
other.
Shadow.
They
You're
will be poking each other and will try and deplete the four states of the opponent teams. But Prince is already cooking up a grenade.
Yep, Prince is already cooking up a grenade as we speak, and Seven Seas have made their way already towards the team Exo. Sensei has now been knocked out. Seven Seas Prince, along with his teams. Oh my god, that was a wrong place to heal, and that costed Savitar his life in this match, and he has now been eliminated once again. Sarang with Seven Seas Prince once again going on, rushing on. Then on the other hand, we see GodL players just fighting off team number 12 versus 21. The colors are almost same. It's quite hard to differentiate people. And once again, team Exo retaliating against three other teams, and it's now fatal four-way, a complete fatal four-way match, and that is how Sarang gets knocked out by blind Pokemon. What a shot! And Seven Seas, this is the end. This is where they they leave this match. And once again, GodL Zod just knocked out Rip Sad. And once again, Exo now I think taking the best moment. The Snacks is just reviving Fierce, and they are just taking advantage of that moment, so that team number 21 and 12 fights back against each other. Once again, NGX Sad has now been eliminated, so it's all up to Zartmis, NGX, Ted, and Pain. It's all about these three players. However, GodL players are on the other team, and that might just make it hard for this team to beat up, because TX Viru on the other hand also is one of the best clutchers I have seen so far. So let's see if team number 12 just goes on there, and how they will plan. Will they retaliate over there? Will they avenge their player, or whatsoever? But let's see. Team Celsius here, team number 19 versus team number 16. The battle might just sprout anytime, because I see that situation bubbling up, the heat boiling over there. But I think rivalry is just leaving the area. That leaves us with SouL over there. SouL is on the other hand. I don't know what's going on in their minds, but it's all mind games, as we talked about, Shadow. It's all mind games into the placing here. So Celsius is now just taking, just chilling over here right now, as the other players are just they are analyzing the situations. They're analyzing which teams are there. I mean, if the players are there or not, the enemies. However, as we see, SouL Goblin and his entire team are walking their way out from the jungle and just scoping out the area, and maybe just they are ready to battle, they are ready to fight. And this time they might they would not perform their mistakes. That is what is being watched by, right now I think their strategy is completely different. What do you say about this, Shadow?
Usually goes for the split drop in the Gatka area, and this time also they went for the similar thing, and this time they are getting intel on to the opponent teams. But talking about Team Celsius, they have a good compound to themselves. They have booked a slot for themselves in a compound. That means they are in a safe spot for now. But talking about the Potato Hill area, I can see a certain team that is on the mini map, that the area is already there. The team is already in that area. That means they will start taking long range fights or long range shots onto each other. And if not wrong, that is Team TYCO Raven. Yes, Team Raven
Yep.
TYCO. I'm sorry, Team Raven TYCO. And Celsius player 4, they already know that there is a team presence, so they are not going to overexpose themselves at all. They also know that another team is also lurking nearby, that is going to be Team SouL. So it becomes a situation where you need to be very silent, I believe, because if you are going to take multiple fights on the multiple fronts, you are going to lose. Even if you win those fights, you are going to lose your players, and in the second circle you certainly don't want that.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want that in the very second circle. Ladies and gentlemen, second circle is now summing up, and the area is now shrinking as we talk. So team number 14, Blind Blaster, is just trying to get he's just scoping out the area, but I think he's unaware that team 8-bit is around the just around the corner, or maybe he just knows it. However, as we see Soul gobbling, I clearly see the adrenaline flowing through these players, and these players are now ready. I think they are now they have overcome from their mistakes, and I think they might just rise up, and let's see what goes on. But blind, what a shot by Blind Blaster. Once again, 8-bit Madman has been knocked down. That might just cost 8-bit their victory, but let's see. The another player, Blind Pokemon, has now been crushed, but is somehow defending in a very fashioned manner, and that is how Blind Killua also gets knocked down. Now it's all about Blaster and Pokemon. Pokemon now getting back on his feet. Juicy has now eliminated Killua. Killua takes the first shot, but Blind Blaster also wasn't lucky to be alive. But Blind Pokemon again, will he clutch it out? Will he clutch out the entire squad of 8-bit? Atanki on the other hand has knocked down 8-bit Tsunami. I think it's a clear battle right now. Tsunami has now been knocked down. Viru on the other hand has now been knocked down, and the kill feed. Fierce has now taken on Viru. I mean, it's just battle one after the other. The 4 teams are on the spot, at the very spot, and it's like fatal 4-way. 8-bit is struggling. On the other hand, Blind just stays in control, but Juicy somehow finished Blind and confirmed their kills. So I think Blind is now out. Yes, exactly. Blind has now been eliminated from the map, and once again, it's all about 8-bit Raid and Juicy, just 2-man strong. The Madman, the Rusher, the Clutcher. I mean, the Cavalry is now out, but let's see if these 2 players carry that same energy, that same tactics, and will they be able to clutch these 3 people out? That is Atanki, Kuno FPS, and Slayer, and on the other hand, Kratos also is there as a lookout. Atanki somehow has been knocked down, and let's see, Juicy, will he confirm the kill? Will he take them on head on? Will they go toe to toe against this team, or will they plan to escape from the backyard? Let's not forget the fact that they have an escape. They might have an escape plan, but however, one of the player is now rushing on towards the other side, and I think he's planning to hit them from the northern side. I think, yeah, exactly. That is what Slayer is doing, covering the back side. That is what called covering the back ends, covering all the exit area so that they cannot exit. So on the other hand, it's Celsius versus SouL. SouL completely under control under the canals, and Celsius fighting from the houses, the huts. I think they might just they should look away from those grenades, which SouL might just pop into them. So SouL players, once again, they are gathering up. There are 2 lookout points at the northern area, and the 2 assault teams, they are just waiting right beneath, very sneakily and very silently, as we see the circle has now taken a sudden shift towards the northeastern point of the area, which is Pochinki, and it's going to be hills all over, the mountains, the battles. It's going to be intense. And once again, Celsius are also throwing up grenades. They are also retaliating, and SouL Goblin took a risk and also threw a nade. Nades are now being exchanged between these 2 teams, Goblin and Akshat. Let's see what they do. Let's see if player 3 somehow makes it to the knock. Once again, the velocity is now in a major problem, as Kratos has now been knocked out. Guno FPS, Atanki, Slayer, will they be able to push? And there, as we see, SouL player number 3 has now been knocked down. So it will be a return for SouL team, but I think only one of them is going for the rescue. Other 2, they are just watching over the back, and they might not, I mean, they will not let them come out, and that is proper strategy. That's a good strategy actually. And on the other hand, VLT, as we see, Slayer, they are just now planning up. Guno FPS once again performing a rotation, or maybe he's just a decoy so that all the other players, they just can drop in. Once again, Circle has taken another shift, as we predicted. It's on to the mountains near Pochinki Shadow. This game is just getting better and better.
Definitely getting better, and Team EXO is in the prime spot. They are in a very good position. They can go for the uphill contestation. Also on the other side, if we talk about Team Raven TYCO, they might gatekeep the teams that are going to be coming from the southern side, but Team 8-bit and Velocity are fighting in the blue wall of death, I like to call it, and they are fighting in that wall, and Juicy is going for a knock, and he goes down. A very good good rush onto the players, and Rayat is going to the last player that is going to be remaining from Team 8-bit. 4 finishes, the top team of the leaderboard. Are they going to finish at the 15th position? And the answer is yes. They bid us bye-bye, and they are leaving at the 15th position. And Team Velocity is going to get certain finish points in their favor. But on the other side, Team NIgma Galaxy has certainly spotted down the players of Team SouL. Team SouL better be careful, because on the uphill they have Team EXO, and on the another side, Team NIgma Galaxy has spotted them down, and this is the place that they can hold on to. Yes, vehicles can come handy, but Team God takes down one of the player. Player 3 has been knocked down. Akshat might be going for the revival, but on the somewhere else side, Team X Spark has been eliminated.
Oh, that was quite a bummer. But on the other hand, SouL also is in the trouble, as we see SouL player number 3 and TYCO has now been knocked down. And will SouL Akshat with his friend Goblin be able to save the other teams? Because on the I think on the northern side, I think it's EXO, and on the southern side, it's the another team. I think it's Velocity. Yeah, exactly, it's Velocity on the other side, and which were their the rivals before. EXO Fierce has complete control over that and taking the precious advantage of that vantage point. Some way somehow they are again getting shot from the other side, and now SouL Goblin, like a warrior, making his way to revive his buddy, like a brother in arms situation, you know, where there's a war erupting and you just have to save your brother so that you can fight the war along. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just a battle, this is a war right now. So as we speak, Rivalry 5911 is now reviving, and all of his teammates have been knocked out. It's all up to him. Will he be able to revive his players? Once again, Velocity Slayer are completely under control right now as we speak, but the zone is now giving a lot of damage. I mean, the danger zone is now a very, very dangerous area to be in, and let me say, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to be in that area for now, and you just have to somehow escape from the area, make a strategy, and whatever you do, you just do it very fast, and that too with a calm mind, because if you panic in such situations, you might just lose the match and you might just get eliminated. But on the other hand, as we see, Underdog now completely under control, and they are on the edges of the zone. They don't have to worry about, but there is another team in front of them, and also on the eastern sides there are, I think, 3 teams which I count, and on the northern side is Team SouL. On the other hand, Akshay, who is now under control of EXO, because EXO is already taking the advantage of the vantage point, but SouL will make it through in the circle. That is what I hope for now. But EXO once again going off. I mean, too many battles erupting. Punku and N6 Pain has now been eliminated. On the other, I mean, Pain is not eliminated. I mean, sorry, my bad. Pain is now making a run. Abrar and his team, yeah, now Pain has now finally been eliminated. Abrar and his team are still in the circle, and I think by the looks of the circle, they have a complete control. NIgma Galaxy, on the other hand, as we see EXO Fierce once again on marching on towards the underdogs. Abrar and his team, I mean, it's a lot of battle, lots of team in such a short area. I mean, there are 33 alive, 11 teams in the 5th circle. I mean, this battle is getting warm. Once again on the left, almost gets knocked out. What a spray from Owen. What a spray. And UDog gets SouL Akshat. And UDog also confirms the kill on Punku. And SouL is now just getting eliminated. But let's have hope they might come back better in the next match. However, UDog, what a play by them. What an amazing match. Rivalry Esports has now been eliminated. Abrar with the grenade. That's what I expected from this team. They are quite heavy at rushing and isolating the other players. Abrar, very fine player. Once again, another nade. Abrar gets another knock, and that is how Team RGE performs.
Definitely performing really good. On the other side, RE also tried to find a finish point for themselves, and Velocity has been eliminated. And Team OR, I was liking what OR was doing, the rotation that they were giving in, but Team EXO having the perfect position multiple times in the zone. This time again on the southern side, they are picking up all the good fights and already having 9 finish points for themselves. And yes, with the grenades, RGE also are getting few finish points for themselves. RG having the complete, Revenge having the complete control of the northwestern side. Southern side, we have Team EXO. Yes, Team EXO is right in the thick and thin of the action, so they better be very careful because multiple teams are coming from southern side. Our Team OR is already there. Vexy with that grenade finds a knock onto Maxi OP. Follow-up grenade is also coming in. Can he find a finish also? And no, he was not able to find the finish. On the other side, OR new one picking up fight with Raven TYCO also and find some finish points there. 2 finish points for the team OR Esports, but now is the time they have to make in the rotation inside the circle because the blue zone is not friendly with anyone. It is going to punish you also, and Vexy with that buggy is already heading up for rotation, but Team EXO is already waiting for all these teams. How they are going to enter inside the circle is a big questionable situation, but having the numbers advantage, Team EXO has lost on that. They don't have the numbers advantage. And like in fashion, 17, 19 players are still alive, and it's just like circle, complete open circles. Very good smoke cover coming in from the players of Team EXO, but over Aditya has been taken down by play zone over there. Jelly also goes down, but Punk surviving on a sliver of HP, 10 HP, barely 1 bullet, and Punk will also go down, but that's not gonna happen because he has already healed up. Snacks has spotted down over new one, yes, new one although, and play zone playing its part, taking them multiple players. RE Esports on them, and they have been eliminated. Punk going for the grenade, Snacks going for the grenade, takes down OR new one. OR is in a hell lot of trouble.
Exactly, Orange on the lot of trouble, and as we see the kill feed, the Viper again is striking Canary. On the other hand, eliminating with grenades, and Abrar's team has also now been, I guess, eliminated from the map. As we see team number 10 with only 1 strength, Kishu, that is Kishu. Or New might just be in trouble because there are lots of team just clashing with each other, finding the cover, whatever they have. Once again, Rax Boy, Half Night once again taking the advantage of those grasses, just trying to those grasses. And as we see, Revenge also coming back strong against each other, fighting hard. Somehow Mox finds the kill. Will he isolate him? Sonic, yes, exactly. Sonic has now been isolated by Mox. Will he go for a clutch? Once again, OR now has been eliminated. And there we see 4 teams now. Your team number 10, team number 11, team number 20, and Orange Rock as we speak has now been eliminated. Rex Boy once again. UDog I think is now out. NXT MJ. What a finish. And on the other hand, Revenge final boss RCD is now making a run. Team EXO has officially been eliminated right now from this map, and after that, and MJ once again with his team, two teams and 7 alive. It's 4 versus 3. Let's see how the battle erupts, and the situation is now getting higher and higher. The boiling up. It's just the adrenaline flowing through them, and once again, Revenge final boss on the other hand is laying on, camouflaging himself with the grasses. Mox once again planning on the strategy. They're playing a decoy or whatsoever, but there's that Half Night and all Mox and all his players, they are just right beneath those grasses, and they are just waiting for all the other players. Grenades and smokes are now being exchanged as cover.
Going to need cover in these type of circle. RCD 3 players still inside the game. I'm sorry, beg my pardon. 4 players still inside the game, and looks like courtesy the smoke, one of the player has already been spotted down. Let's see how this final battle among the 2 teams. 7 players is going to fare out, and looks like players have already been spotted down, but there is not enough ample cover. The blue zone is already closing in, and final boss is at the receiving end of the damage. He needs to move inside the circle, in fact crawl inside the circle, and Snipe finds a knock onto Akshay over there. And Akshay, my friend, there is no chance here we'll get a revival in this circle at this point of time. Final boss going for a 1v1 fight, finds a knock but instantly gets traded off. Mox needs to heal himself really soon. MJ is going for the revive. He needs to heal up really fast. RCD having the numbers advantage, aggressively rushing in towards the players of NIgma Galaxy, and with that, RCD Esports takes down last player MJ and gets some winner chicken dinner for themselves in the very first match of stage 3.
I mean, what a chicken dinner, RCD Esports, with a spectacular, a phenomenal victory, ladies and gentlemen. what a victory it was. They had complete control. I mean, the Shadow Knight, the player, he was just on a lookout. However, Team 11 now planned on towards the victory. I mean, they planned on towards split pushing in the final, very final area, and that was a very miraculous, revival at that point of time. But some way, somehow, that revival couldn't be helped as the team RCD were just going on and on, pushing on to the very next limit. As we see, ladies and gentlemen, the winner chicken dinner now goes to RCD Esports as we speak. I mean, what a victory! What a victory, Shadow! What a victory it was! What a victory it was, Shadow! Amazing victory! What all those teams performed, how Abrar, I mean, Abrar almost lost in this match, and that was definitely a fatal four-way. It was a battle. It was more than 6 to 7 teams in the very short circle, and the circle just kept on amazing us with all those sudden shifts. I mean, somewhere it was on the initially it was on the bottom, and then it got up towards the eastern side, northeastern side. Then again it stayed at the center, once again taking an extreme right, and then I mean, we thought it was like a mountain battle, but after that those mountains just got shifted from the covers. I mean, it was completely unpredictable. That is what it is every time. But how the teams managed to survive in it, how the teams fought in it, it's actually a great point. I mean, it's actually the thing to notice. I mean, what a strategy it was by team RCD, and what a victory it was, how they defended themselves and how they approached and how they finally claimed that winner chicken dinner.
City somewhere was on the northern side of the map, and they rotated from the northwestern side. In fact, in the final fourth circle also, they were on the edge of the northwestern side, and most of the teams were coming from the southern side or the eastern side. That's where team EXO was, right in thick and thin of the action. Team EXO were the first one to go on that Pochinki Hill area, southern side of the Pochinki, and Circle also favored them. In the next circle, also favored them. So that's why they were at a very good position. But later on, that position was taken away from them because OR was rushing from the other side. But Team RCD Esports, they were in a good spot from for a very long time. But on the other side. In the final circle also, the way they were playing, it was quite good, quite commendable, taking fights. Yes, the player was knocked down of the opponent team, and that was a perfect time, perfect opportunity to make the rush happen, because if they had let the player get back on his feet, they might have lost the opportunity.
Exactly, Shadow. That is what they did, and they didn't want actually that revival to happen. But some way, somehow, Team RCD was also, in a pretty bad situation, because one of their players was also on half HP. The other one was almost at the 70% health, and that is how they also had to risk it at the very end of the moment. But on the other hand, as we see, the team number 11, where the miraculous revival at the end, actually that was a good idea to revive, but they couldn't just let them get back on their feet, and they just completely rushed. I mean, look at the fashion they rushed. I mean, one of the players just took the buggy from the right side as a decoy so that the other player shoot at them, and on the other hand, there was an assault team which was just going straight forward, straight into the battle, and they had one more lookout with them who was just providing cover in case, let me be precise, in case things go south. And ladies and gentlemen, this is how you claim victory, and this is how you win the battle in such a fashion. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what War Mania is.
To differ, Cell, the way MJ was going in for the revive, instead, I think he was a little short of the on the utilities, because if he had smokes and grenades, he might have delayed the rush from the players of Team RCD, but that didn't happen. So it's okay, it's okay. But we this was the first game, and the first game belongs to RCD Esports. But the champions of the previous round, Team 8-bit, they were at the bottom of the table, if I'm not wrong, because they were the first ones to be taken out. Yes, they do have finish points to back them up, but they were not anticipating another squad present over there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
many drop changes were happening, many different rotations were coming in. Exo, who usually goes for the late rotation, this time they were the first one to be inside the circle.
yeah.
Also, or also again going for the late rotation, but this time someone else, some other team was already inside the circle, they were already gatekeeping them. So that's where the problem began for the team over.
Exactly, and now as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, Shadow, I am quite, intrigued to know. I'm quite excited and anxious to know what the results will put up. I mean, those numbers. What will those numbers be? You know what they say? It's actually true. The first impression is exactly the last impression. But this is BGMI. Anything can change. But I am very much, intrigued to see what actually is in the battle. I mean, what actually is the points table, which will be after the very first match. It will also be a plus point for all the other teams who are watching as we speak, who are watching the match live. I mean, the strategies are now opened up, they have been revealed exactly. And as you spoke, 8-bit always got stuck to what they were. I mean, they got stuck. I mean, they kept their plan intact by dropping on Primosk area, and that is what they did. But Blind Esports, I think they dropped at the very eastern side of the circle, where Canary and all had the fight with them, if I'm not right.
Flight path and the circle were quite opposite to each other. We had a northern flight path, but the circle was towards the southern western side of the map. So that's where the problem began, because the teams who likes dropping in towards the eastern side, like Lipovka, they had to. In fact, they were pretty much engaged in a very early fight. They had to quick loot quickly and make a quick rotation inside the circle. So that's where the problem began for most of the teams. But in fact, the teams that yeah, like you mentioned, Primos, that itself become a very big challenge, because we did saw the team, multiple teams were trying to rotate from the Gatka side, that likes dropping in Ferry Pier or the military island or towards Primos. We did see team SouL were spotted down by the players of team 8-bit, although they didn't initiate the fight at that time. Very good decision. VLT was also spotted down by the players of Team 8-bit. They didn't initiate that fight at that moment, because moving to their drop and going for the loot was of the prime importance at that point of time. But they did get an intel that yes, these number of teams are in the nearby vicinity.
Exactly, and as we talk about, let's not wait and see the points table, ladies and gentlemen. The winners of the very first match, RCD Esports, with 15 placement points, 6 finisher points, and total of 21 points. Team EXO, on the other hand, 10 placement points and 10 finisher points. That balances out with 20 points. Look at the difference. It's just 1 point difference, Shadow. Just 1 point difference, Shadow, between these two teams. And then at number 3, it's RVNG Esports with a total of 17 points, which adds 12 placement points and 5 finisher points. But let's not forget Team Freelancer, 7 Z's Esports, Celsius. They could not perform very well. GodLike and once again SouL, they got surrounded by a lot of teams. It was more like a skill. I mean, the battle was more than skill and strategies rather than I mean, Circle also had important vital part in that, but most of the teams were just encircled with a lot of other teams. So as we see, number 5 takes on position is on Orange Rock Esports. Number 4 is UDog India. Once again, quite a well performance by them. And as we see, Reckoning Esports also managed to drop at 6 with 8 of the total points, which is 4 placement points and 4 finisher point. And then our esports at 2 placement points and 4 finisher points with a total of 6 points.
Well, certainly 6 points total to this team. But talking about Team EXO and RCD Esports, like you mentioned, there is a single point difference. But look at the finish points. Team EXO is having the highest finish points. That is 10 finish points for this team. Even the top team, RCD Esports, is having the 6 finish points for themselves. All the credit goes to placement points, 15 placement points. I wonder if Team EXO had gotten this chicken dinner. That means 25 points for this team. That means EXO was the most aggressive team, no doubt. But on the other side, another team is also there. That is our Esports and Velocity Gaming. each having 4 and 5 finish points respectively. Our esports having only 2 placement points. That means RE had a good fight with the players. They were taken out pretty early in the game, but still having good finish points. And team velocity fight, we did witness only 1 placement points, and the credit goes to, I think, Slayer. He was doing the heal battle in the blue. But on the other side, also team rivalry esports, NIgma Galaxy, not a very shiny performance coming in from this team. And Simon C Esports, Celsius, GodLike, SouL, again at the bottom of the leaderboard. Well, no one was expecting that.
Yeah, exactly. No one was expecting God like Celsius. 7 Seas, Team Freelancer, SouL, Raven Tycho, not even 8-bit on the 11th position. Shadow, I mean, first, 4 points only. That is also finisher points for 8-bit. And after that, they were not in even in top 10 because they were just, they had the number one position for almost 2 days. They were just dominating the leaderboard, but now they are at 11th position. But let's not forget, it happens actually in matches. Some way, somehow, something might just have been gone wrong. After all, it's all about skills and also a little bit, just a little bit about luck, as maybe circle didn't was not in their favor, or maybe the situations were not in their favor. But there are pretty more, I mean, many more matches to come for them to prove. And on the other hand, as we see, SouL also came up with a proper strategy, but some way, somehow, the other teams, for example, UDog India, had surrounded them, and Velocity also had surrounded them. They were almost surrounded from the north as well as the eastern sides, and it was just hard for them to revive. Goblin all the way marched towards his opponent to revive him, but he also got knocked out by Exo with a very good control. As you said, Exo with 10 placement points and 10 finisher points. I mean, what a gameplay! What a fantastic gameplay by Team Exo. What if they would have won the chicken dinner? That was the question. But RCD Esports some way, somehow won the chicken dinner. I mean, it's just a last minute call. It's what how you improvise in those situations. If the player wasn't knocked, if MJ wouldn't have revived, if they were a two-man strong, maybe they might have they might have won the match. But let's see. Team RCD Esports is now, for now, on the top of the board.
8-bit, I'm not disappointed at all because the way they were picking fight against the players of Team Blind, they had a very good outing in that particular fight, but they were not anticipating the rush that might be coming in from the players of Team Velocity Gaming. That's where the problem began. Even they couldn't overextend the fight because I still remember the Blue Zone was also coming in. So 8-bit was having a good performance in this game. I'm very sure they are going to come up in the next game. Definitely, because they were looking quite strong. But Team SouL, Godlike, Celsius, 7C, I'm disappointed from these teams because I didn't see a single good fight coming in from these teams.
Yeah, exactly. I am also a little bit disappointed, but not. This is not a point to be disappointed about for now, Shadow, because this is just the first match. This is just the initial battle. Let them have their fun. I think they are right now. What they are thinking is that let the winners have their fun. Let them have their time. Let them, enjoy it, but they might also do well in the very next match. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was the first match table. And as we speak now, Shadow, I am actually very much excited about what is yet to come. I mean, what a fantastic, phenomenal victory once again by RCD Esports. But the next map, however, is the Erangel map, which is the second map.
Mira,
Oh, sorry, Miramar. My bad. I mean, I'm so much into it. I mean, I think of those deserts and Erangel comes up in my mind. Maybe I'm not good at the placement game,
no,
but
no,
no,
you are still in the game.
exactly.
You
I
are still
I
in the
mean,
game.
I was still amazed. I mean, I was still
Yeah.
feeling that energy what RCD might have just felt. I mean, I was just celebrating their victory in my mind. I mean, the voices in my mind were just like celebrating the victories over the RCD. I mean, what a match. It was so fantastic. But let's see what is yet to come. The Miramar, the completely deserted map, the long map. I mean, the points, the Lost Leones, and then there's Hacienda del Patron on their way. There's Picardo. And I mean, what those battle, I mean, how those battle will erupt, how they will sprout against each other, how will the players fight, what will be their strategies. As you spoke that there were quite a few changes strategically that those players they tended to change their dropping points and how those dropping clashes were performed. I mean, team RE with an initial rush, knocking down the other players, and they also lost a player while in that rush in I think not Primos but Kameshki area, I think. That was the area where they they lost a men, but they some way somehow they also managed to end up at top 10. So that was also another good performance. However, my hopes were more on Abrar and his team, but they also were surrounded by all the other players. I mean, it was so much, it was too much, to be honest, to take in at that point of time. Even in the fifth circle there were more than 12 or 13 teams, to be precise. I'm just it's my approximate guess, but I am talking about the fights, the victories actually, and how they fought each other.
Let's have a look in the highlights cell that how this very first game of Wrangle went down.
Definitely, definitely. I'd really like to see those highlights right now, ladies and gentlemen. Here are the highlights.
Tell me what it is about you that I can't forget. But you're breaking down my walls again, just to set me free. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Staying up when I go out, you gotta know I'm all yours. But when I say what's that about, you start slurring your words. Tell me why you have to seem so distant when I'm holding you. Your fingertips are drifting away, and I fucking love how it hurts. Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do I love the way you always leave me? Why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Why do I, baby, why do why do I, baby, why do why do I, baby, why do I love the touch but never love the feeling? Messing with my head again. You had your heart
tranquility.
TYCO. Heroes is insane. Bow before
Experience tranquility.
TYCO. Heroes is insane. Bow before
Experience tranquility.
TYCO. Heroes is insane.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as we speak, the next match has now already been started, Shadow. I mean, it was very fast, to be honest. I mean, the first match took so much time, but as we speak, I mean, let's get on to the match. Let's see, the circle is now from, I mean, the map is, the plane path is now starting from Campo Militar all the way towards the Los Higos. And look at the way the map is, Shadow.
Right path, I don't have anything to complain about, but if a team likes going towards ruins area, well, they might look for vehicles as soon as they drop in. But let's see if anyone is going to opt for such an extreme drop location, because I certainly do know few of the teams that like going there. But this time on the northern side we have only one team, that is team Freelancer in Cruz del Valle, but on the southern side is the major traffic. Yes, Los Leones, we do know so many teams like dropping in. Team 8-bit, Team Exo, Team Velocity, all these teams go towards the Los Leones on the southern side, but this time they are going to be very happy because the circle is also concentric. It's a centralized circle. That means no dramatic shift in the very first circle, no major fights, no extreme hard shifts, but Team Revenge is up against the players of Team 8-bit, and Juicy has already been knocked down by Akshay, and he finds a confirmation also, but Tsunami also goes down through the hands of MJ, and that means our other side of the map, Ari also picking a fight as Hero goes down, but Team SouL is looking very good in this particular situation. They have all the 4 players alive. I can't say the same thing for the players of Team 8 because they have already lost 2 of their players. That means Madman and Rayad are going to the SouL survivors, and from the looks of it, they don't even have enough loot to go against an outnumbered fight.
I mean, it's just a mini and a DP, that is what I see. Or yeah, it's UMP 45 from 8-bit Reyes, and not a good loot, no armor, no bag at all, and that is when Team 11 just strikes at the very finest points. Team Revenge with what a strategy, final boss once again providing a lookout like always. Akshay 5k is now, oh, Sarang has just knocked out Rivalry with just a scythe. What a knock by Sarang. Once again, Team RE versus TYCO Raven. And TYCO Raven, let's see how they retaliate against that. And as we saw, SouL once again going for their jump on Pecado. Let's see how SouL dominates Pecado. If it will be able, if they should not repeat the same mistake what they did on the very second day. Celsius, on the other hand, has also now landed, I think, on the industrial area side. Yep, that is Junkyard side maybe. Yeah, and on the other hand, they have RGE, Abrar, and Mr. Spray and his team. And as we see in this feed, Savitar just confirmed a kill on Rivalry Esports. And let's see, the battle has just gone intense in the very first circle, in the very beginning, in the very first 5 minutes. There are so many knocks, so many kills. I mean, things are just getting, heated up more and more. Shadow, what are your thoughts on that?
looking good for Team 8-bit, and the teams going for initial multiple fights. Team Celsius is going to be pretty happy because they have one finish points to back them up. But on the other side, RCD and Team SouL, well, the players of RCD are pretty much in the same building, so they need to be very careful of the grenades. Team SouL is picking up multiple angles onto the players of Team RCD. That means Team SouL is looking good. For now, I'll say for now they are looking pretty good, because I remember last time when SouL and RCD went up against each other, they lost the patience and Team SouL players rushed against the players of RCD, and RCD won that particular fight. But this time SouL is not going to repeat that mistake, or are they going to? Only time will tell. But look at the one player of Team Rivalry right at the southern edge of Los Riogis on the eastern side. What is he doing there? Little lost from his teammates, or is he the single player playing? We had time to check that, but 8-bit Riyadh has been eliminated. Madman also goes down. That means 8-bit becomes the first team to be eliminated from the lobby. Well, conquest round, this team dominated, but the ultimate round, first two games, not looking in their favor at all.
Yeah, exactly. The tables have now turned against Team 8-bit right now, ladies and gentlemen. Team 8-bits has sadly now been eliminated. And once again, as we see TYCO mash Raven against Team RE, Canary and Rockstar. Will Canary find that kill? Will the Predator strike in the desert areas, or if the Predator is best at only the jungly areas? Let's see how Team RE will be proving themselves. On the other hand, Jadu once again, TYCO boy, and I think TYCO has a better strategy that they have one of their players over to the lookout so that he has the top and the vantage point, and I think they are planning their lookout from that particular point. On the other hand, Celsius is once again trying to gear up with only level 1 loot for now for player 1, and player 4 has a level 3 vest, a pretty decent utility which they have gotten into their bag. And on the other hand, RCD versus SouL, the same situation, same exact situation, Shadow. This is what we are witnessing right now. The same situation which SouL was on the very second day. Let's see if SouL overcomes this time. Let's see if they, go victorious. SouL Goblin once again taking out the first. Starting the battle. Canary on the other hand took out Cowboy. Canary confirmed the finish on Cowboy. That is how the Viper strikes. Exactly, that is what we predicted. Canary with a absolutely overwhelming performance. On the other hand, SouL is now ready for the fight, exactly because they have 3 players inside and 1 player outside for the the assault is on the outside, and another assault team that is Team Beta is on the inside, which will be planning to conquer the other team. And as we see, TYCO Raven once again toe-to-toe against Team RE. TYCO with only with only 3 players in them. Team number 18 Razor Raven is now fighting along, defending along, and calling out for backup. And backup, as we see, ladies and gentlemen, has now arrived from the south side. Mesh Raven now taking up that situation, and TYCO Raven once again boosting up for the battle, getting ready. The battle is now erupting once again. RE Hero, they are just trying to find a small opening where they can they might just find a knock. Once again, another smoke goes down, confusing the opposing team about the location, and a very small point. They are just trying to overthink each other. On the other hand, as we see Team SouL, once again same situation. Goblin trying to rush, and SouL player 3 is on the outside with grenades, and once again the entire team is now planning a rush on towards the other teams. Team number 20, that is RCD. Once again, SouL player 3 coming up, the team gathering up and now going for the assault. Let's see if they emerge victorious this time. As we see, Goblin is on the half health. Akshat also took some damage, and they are again retaliating back. Same exact situation, Shadow. Same exact situation is now arising. That day also they returned for a while. They got back on their feet again, and they started rushing again. Let's see what happens this time. Let's see how SouL overcomes that same situation with a style. Will they emerge victorious, or will RCD eliminate SouL?
I think it's a very similar situation, because this time SouL was prepared. They were kind of anticipating the players of RCD on the both sides of the upper floor. That's why they are in a good spot, I'll say. Yes, it's a stalemate situation, no doubt about it, but this time they are not losing the patience. Mistakes of the last game have been rectified, but Ari Jadu and Team Raven TYCO, they are going up against each other. Team Raven TYCO is not looking good at all because ML is the last player standing, but for not very long time because they have been eliminated at 17th position. RVNG Esports getting 4 finish points for themselves. We are again in a stalemate situation in Picado, and considering the zone is favoring both of the teams, they are in the right dead smack center of the circle. I don't think they are going to lose the patience or try and go for an early push or a blind rush against each other. Yes, it is going to be very strategic. They are going to find an initial knock and then only they are going to do something. But on the other side, BLT and O are also going up against each other, and Guru FPS from Velocity has been knocked down. Both these teams like dropping in towards the southern eastern side, and they go for the late rotation. That means they have been caught in the rotation. But Team SouL again, this time deploying the smoke area, completely denying the vision to the players of Team RCD Esports. But Team SouL Goblin, let's see what decision he makes. But Team
Let's
Celsius, look at the players of RGE, the way they are surrounding the players of Team Celsius from all the three directions. Well, they are looking good, but one of the player of Team Celsius is in a little different spot away from his teammates. He can be the game changer.
exactly, and ladies and gentlemen, once again, SouL Goblin. With that same situation, initiating the battle, throwing up smokes, and let's not forget Abrar with a deadly weapon VSS. You know, it not just camouflages you, but also silences your location. I mean, you never know where those shots came up from, and that is a very deadly position. And I think strategically, it's the best position to be in right now. That is where Abrar is, and as we see, things are now turning bad for UDog Dave as team number 6 OR is now rushing towards Dave, and that is how Dave just leaves the match, and that is how team OR emerges victorious over them. But let's not forget the battle also in Picado about SouL, how they will overcome. Will they overcome? The question is, and if they do it, how will they overcome it? And on the other hand, as we see, 7 Seas, Sarang, Spray God, Prince, and Savitar with the entire team now going on towards the range battles. I think they are trying to find, I mean, they are still analyzing the area. And there we see UDog once again knocked out a Velocity player from the kill feed, and there we see Sarang on the other hand, the guy who took the first blood in Miramar on the other day. And now the entire team are once again Punk versus EXO versus RVNG Esports. EXO almost found a knock, and yes, exactly, he found the knock. I mean, EXO, that one, they also lost one of their guys. He is also knocked, and let's see, he's at 1 HP, almost about to go down, but I think he's getting a revival there. And yeah, they have just confirmed that they have made sure that their teammate is now alive. Now Sensei on the other hand, lookout team is now rotating from the other side, and on the other hand, the grenades are now being exchanged on from the other side. There is team OR once again, team number 6 versus team number 11 versus team number 5. What a battle, and that too between a drop. What I don't know what the drop offers, but whatever it is, I think team number 11 should take it to advantage, and that is how team EXO fights, ladies and gentlemen. The lookout team is already confirming the kill and already eliminating a player as we speak, but team Sensei also gets a hit from OR, I think. And what a strategy. EXO Punk now going with a grenade. Akshay 5K, the rusher, I mean the assault team with MJ now defending against two teams from each other and from other sides, and it's 6 versus 11 versus 5. I mean team number 6 versus team number 11 versus team number 5. Sensei somehow securing another location and trying to fight from the other side, but Akshay finds a knock on EXO, and on the other hand, EXO retaliating once again. EXO Fierce retaliating for avenging his friend, and Akshay once again stays the attack, but he has now been knocked out, and the kill might just be confirmed by that amazing grenade. And with a blast, I think that team leaves the match, and MJ once again reviving. No, Akshay. Yes, Akshay is now down. EXO Punk just finished off Akshay, and Blaster finished off MJ, and that is how RVNG Esports is now been eliminated, and things are now turning bad for OR as well. EXO not only defending RVNG Esports but also the ORs.
Well, this is a position that team Lexo likes to hold on to, and I like the formation of all the four players. The way Sensi was a little far away from his teammates, and the other opponent teams were not anticipating, but Sensi had an intel of the rotation that might come in from the opponent teams. But look at the circle and the zone.
I can't believe that,
Whoa!
Shadow.
Not even a single team is inside the circle. Yes, Team Celsius. I'm sorry, Team Forever will be the first one to enter inside the circle. But Montenuo and Power Grid, between them, there is a hill. I want to know which team is going to contest for that particular area. Whoever is going to be there, they are going to have a certain advantage. But for now, Team Freelancer is near by the players of Team NIgma Galaxy, and RGE is falling through the hands of Team Celsius. From far away, Team UDog Mystic is rotating, and look at the HP. Celsius is near about, I think, 20 HP.
Yes,
Celsius in a lot of trouble because two of the players are already down on their knees. There is no chance, no time for now to go for the revival. But player 7 is already going for that Molotov on your own
just
player.
shot him at his own
On your
players.
own player. Player 7, that was a big mistake. But
What a
it's
mistake.
okay. It's okay. If the opponents were reading the finish speed, this is your opportunity. Rush onto the players of Team Celsius.
I mean, they are at a very bad position right now. I think that was a minor human error and a little bit of misthinking or
It's not rushing.
yeah,
All the three players were. One player was down, taken out. Two were down on their knees. That was the moment.
and Celsius player number 4 now takes on Mr. Spray. I mean, they are somewhere somehow finding their place. I think he should confirm the kill before the cavalry arrives. And there is Abrar with a grenade on his hand. Player 4 again confirms the kill on Mr. Spray as we thought. And on the other hand, let's see how Abrar does it. And that is how they leave this match. Celsius once again emerging victorious. I think that was the chance where they, where they shot themselves with that Molotov. That was a chance for Abra's team, to rush over to them. But unfortunately, they leave the match. And I mean, anything can happen. That was a miraculous survival once again from Celsius. Team Celsius once again. Team Blind with all Pokemon. Blind Pokemon not on the team. I mean, he has now been eliminated. But team with 3 men strong is now rushing towards Team NG. Spain, and what a shot, what a spray by Master towards NGX Pain, and Pain just might be in trouble because there is no one nearby to revive him. On that buggy, and Blind Master has his eyes and his bullets over to team number 6. But let's see what they do now. They are on the vantage point so that they can scope out the other players. Blind Master once again confirming that kill. The circle definitely finished off the other player. However, play zone once again. OR new one has now been eliminated by the play zone. He might not be outside the zone. Once again, SouL Goblin takes a kill. Takes a finish over there. Kishu Canary just got knocked down, and SouL Akshat 7C Sarang just took on SouL Akshat. SouL Pew Pew also got a confirmation, and SouL Akshat has now been eliminated, and SouL with even strong, and that too Goblin is down by TF. Oh man, SouL might just be in trouble because 7C is not backing off at this moment. And as we see, only 3 teams have so far so good made into the circle. SouL Goblin once again hoping for a revival form from his teammate, and also they have to worry about getting into the circle because this is the 4th circle. However, it's not that poisonous, but it still gives you that damage, and Orange Rock has now been eliminated. Ladies and gentlemen, will SouL but Pew Pew has now been knocked out by Sarang. Sarang taking the advantage, the complete advantage of that vantage point.
Advantage in their favor, and Team 7Cs is looking pretty good. But talking about Team Celsius, if they go for the complete western side of the rotation, they are going to be in a very good spot because almost western side is completely empty. They can go for it, hold on to it, and maybe if the luck favors, zone will also, next circle will also favor them. But for now, Team 7C, they need to move inside the circle. the players of Team SouL are in a bit of problem because they are pretty much pinned down in that position. They have to either take the blue zone damage if they go for the southern rotation. That then another Team EXO, I think, is present, and no, RCD. That is RCD. RCD is already present, so they're up for a little bit of trouble. But Team EXO is already rotating, and Spray God has spotted on Sensi and Fierce. Although no shots were fired, but the intel has already been provided, and the moment they are going to give a wrong peek, Spray God with that M4 will try and take them down, and he almost took down Sensi over there. Fierce, he is also at the receiving end, but this time Spray God need to be careful. He needs his backup because EXO might go for the rotation, and that is when Spray God might be in a big trouble. This is the moment he needs his player. In the centrish position, we have Team Blind, we have Team EXO, and another team also, Team Forever Freelancer, I'm sorry, is already there. The question is where the next circle is gonna shift.
Exactly, that is the main question, where the circle is going to be shifted. And however, as we speak, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost halfway through and the circle will be shrinking any minute now. So we have 30 players alive with 11 teams in the circle, in the fourth circle as we see. And there's also a drop near EXO. Will they use the advantage of that drop? Will they use the advantage of the perks that the drop has to offer? And as we speak, FL Noah, Freelancer Noah, is now just taking out, I mean, he's just scoping out the area furthermore for Team EXO, and they might just have multiple enemies. Team SouL unfortunately has now been eliminated because they didn't had that advantage over Team 7Seas Esports, which had an advantage of the vantage points and which single-handedly, I mean, they took down the Team SouL, you know, almost single kills, single eliminations. And as we speak, Team 7Seas is now once again harassing Team RCD on the south side of the circle. I think they will not let them, they will not let the RCD Half Knight and Rexboy and Moksh, you know, to enter the circle. But let's see, it's a parallel battle once again between the three consecutive teams, and there we have Sarang getting his bullets almost through Half Knight. But on the other hand, Senso has now been exposed, and Spray, what a spray from Spray God. And again, Moksh has now been knocked and will from the kill on Moksh. And once again, Half Knight over there is still hiding behind the trees, and we see the circle almost will now start shrinking in the next 30 seconds. But Sarang, 7Seas Esports, with his team now making up inside the circle, but they already have a team waiting for their arrival, and let's see how that arrival goes on. That is Team EXO with a proper point and a proper placement, but they also are taking the damage. Once again, Sarang getting back on his feet and trying to rush over them. EXO, on the other hand, one of the player is just inside that shack, just waiting for the players to pop up. And Team NIgma Galaxy, Ted, he just has one, he's the sole survivor of his team. Team EXO has only 2 players. I think they might be going for a long game right now, but EXO Punk might just be in trouble because he is completely surrounded by the TF7 7Seas Esports. And once again, Sarang with that nade. UDog has now been eliminated from this map. And as we see, Team 7Seas Esports once again going off towards the Team EXO. 7Seas, what a grenade by Sarang that just took down EXO Punk, and that is how Team EXO just loses a person. On the other hand, 7Seas Spray God with the other grenade to confirm that kill, but they have Blind Esports on the other hand to defend from, to look out from, and Blinds are just shooting on over them. And as we see, Half Knight is there on the other side, and EXO Snacks is just watching the battle from the shack, and he's just waiting the entire time, and that is what he has to do for now to survive, to get those placement points for now, and he's just enjoying the battle, Shadow, right now.
But Team Blind moving in the wrong direction, because inside the shack we have a player. He's shooting inside OP. Well, Snacks, that is some way to hide and take down the player. Team Blind is not going to be happy at all, because they are now standing as a 2-man strong, and they both are rushing towards Snacks, and Snacks also goes down, and Team EXO has been eliminated at the 8th
And
position. But Team Blind also goes down through the hands of Team Forever, because Savitar puts last bullet onto the players of Team Blind, and they have been eliminated. Team Freelancer are moving forward, but they better be careful of Team 7 Seas. Team 7 Seas having the complete control of the southern eastern side of the zone. They are in a good spot. They are in a good position, but they need to be careful of another team. I think this is RCD Esports. Yes, RCD Esports is also on the southern side, so they have to be a little careful with that Team Freelancer. One of the players, Zeno, has been taken down. Let's see if he can find a revival. But Stray God spots down the player of Team Rivalry, and I believe he was the last player. No, he was not the last player, but 7 is looking very strong. 10 finish points in their favor. Spots down Celsius player 1, instantly takes him down. Spray God coming in with good spray. Atanki has been spotted down, but Atanki takes down Celsius player 4, and Sarang also surviving barely on few HPs. He needs to heal up very fast, but 7C is still looking very good. Atanki not having the numbers advantage, but having the control of the northern side, but he also needs to move inside the circle. That is a big challenge, because his location has already been compromised. On the other side, Team 7 Seas and the players of Team Freelancer might go up against each other. That is the moment when the last player of Team RCD or Velocity might chip in and do a third party and get things in their favor.
exactly, that is what Team RCD is now waiting for. SouL from Team RCD. On the other hand, they have Team Freelancer Vamp once again grenading, and FL Noah has now been knocked down by Savitar. Is it? Yeah, Savitar confirms the kill with a UMP 45 on that one, and team number 13 now remains with only one player in the match. And as we see, ladies and gentlemen, only four teams are now in the match. That 2-7 spray god has a Groza on himself, and team 7 sees what a phenomenal performance here. And as we speak about, the circle is now getting shrinkier and shrinking and shrinking. Yeah, exactly, the circle again, and that is how team FL Savitar once again a short rush, a short spray over TL, and that is how they get knocked out. Team Freelancer is now out of the match, and Sarang has now been knocked out by RCD Half Knight. That is where he strike the Viper strike at the very last moment. Once again, Half Knight has now been eliminated, and that is how 7 Seas claims that chicken dinner. I mean, what a victory! That was a complete advantage of the full team inside the cells. The last circle, as all the other teams had max to max, I think 1 or 2 players. Was it, Shadow?
Is all the 4 players, but considering they were moving in 4 different directions, Sarang was on the flank angle when the player of Team RCD, I think L5, who took down Sarang over there. Rest of one of the player was taken down because of the play zone. That's when the problem started arising for the players of Team 7 Seas. But yes, in the end, that 1v1 fight with the last player of RCD 7 Seas came out as a winner, and the winner chicken dinner definitely belongs to 7 Seas. And mind yourself, they were damn aggressive. They were pretty aggressive throughout the game, because they had a very good positioning inside the circle, and they capitalized on that. The whole terrain belonged to them. There were so many ridges that were providing cover to the players of Team 7 Seas, and that paid off really well.
Exactly. I mean, what a phenomenal performance by 7 Seas Esports. They took complete advantage of their entire team. And let's not forget the battle in the shack where Blind Esports lost one of their guy, where Team EXO almost the one of their player just eliminated out of nowhere. Actually, the player was there inside. He went inside to take a cover or maybe hide from the enemies and take a lookout in the place, and he was surprisingly eliminated, which also caused the Team EXO to be eliminated. But somehow that was a nice tactical move by Team EXO. They also got the placement points for being so long inside the circle. That was once again a nice point. And on the other hand, let's not forget how Half Knight almost single-handedly took down 7 Seas Esports. But 7 Seas Esports at the very end of nick of time, I mean, they just emerged victorious out of nowhere. But that was, I mean, clean victory for them. What a performance by 7 Seas Esports, taking the second chicken dinner of this amazing, phenomenal night. I mean, what a match in Miramar.
An amazing match, and yes, the last player of RCD half night, his position was not revealed at all, and Team 7 Seas what was not anticipating that there could be a player hiding, and that's when Sarang was taken down, and he paid the price. But later, all the three players got the intel. Yes, there is a player. Playzone was also coming in. That's where another player, I think Spray God, was taken down. But last 1v1 fight, yes, they came out as a winner, and they were aggressive. I have to say it. They were pretty aggressive. Last I remember, 12 finish points they had in their favor.
Yeah.
At the chicken dinner, also 27 points or more in their favor
Yes.
in a single game. Well, Team 7C, I was complaining in the conquest round, where is 7C? Why they are at the bottom? But in the ultimate round, they are not here to be at the bottom. They are here to shine, and shine with aggression. And that is exactly what they did in match number 2 of phase 3. But this match is over. This game belongs to 7 Seas. But very soon we are going to witness this game didn't belong to which teams. That means the points table.
Exactly. That is what we
Because
are waiting for right now. I
8
mean,
bit again, sir. 8 bit
yeah, I
again.
mean, that
They were
completely blew
taken
off.
out. They were taken out pretty early.
Yeah, they were taken out so early. I mean, it was like first elimination in the team, if I believe.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I mean that was, I mean, they need to, take care of what they are doing. They need to assess that situation on what actually went wrong. And let's not forget how SouL managed to survive in Picardo. And we couldn't see how they, the other team, RCE, I think it was against SouL in Picardo. It was the same exact situation repeated. I mean, I almost thought like I time traveled 2 days back and I was in that past. Once again, Goblin with the same rush, same strategy, but this time SouL some way somehow survived that, taking out RCD. But RCD, one of their players also managed to make it through the end. They just left that battle on that way, which was once again a very wise move for them, which landed them that much of placement points. On the other hand, SouL also tried to march into the circle, but 7 Seas Esports, on the other hand, they just couldn't see it. They just couldn't let them inside the circle. What a spectacular performance by a Sarang, knocking out Pew Pew and once again knocking out Goblin over there, so that the other players could just be busy in rescuing the other players, getting back on their feet, while they didn't even let them come inside the circle. And after that battle, I mean, let's see the game actually. The 7 Seas Esports played very well. I mean, initially they were a bit on a low profile. They maintained a low profile initially, but look at how Team RCD survived. I mean, initially they went in Picardo. They were just pinned down, almost pinned down by SouL and almost taken out. But somehow they defended themselves against SouL. Then they rotated inside the circle from the very from I think the western side, maybe if I just believe maybe from western side they managed to get inside the circle, and later on they had another fight with 7 CC Sports over there. And that is the point where one of their player, that is Half Knight, some way somehow managed to survive alone single-handedly. He just stayed at that particular point, and that was a brave move. I mean, that really costed them the placement points. And I'm very much excited to see that points table right now as we speak, ladies and gentlemen. What a phenomenal match, what a phenomenal match. And once again, Team EXO being on that aggressive side, that also costed them some of their players, some of the knocks over them. But overall they played very nice, fairly decent play by them. And Blind Esports, what I mean, they just got caught by the Team EXO player. But sadly, it was not their day at this time. But finally, 7 Seas Esports for the win on the second match.
C 7C Esports Second match, Miramar, they dominated. They earned that chicken dinner for themselves. There is no doubt, there is no second thought about that. But like you mentioned, points table, we are going to see the points table very soon in front of our eyes. You were talking about Team SouL and RCD. This time SouL was kind of prepared. They didn't replicate the mistakes of the previous game. That is something I'm quite happy about. But entry inside the circle, yes, that became a challenge for them because 7C were already present. The blue zone was coming in. They couldn't move from the southern side because RCD was there. So they were in a spot, tricky spot. I'll say they were pretty much in a tricky spot for some time. But you also talked about Team EXO and Team Blind. Yes, Snacks was the last player of Team EXO. He was hiding inside the shack area, and Team Blind Spidey had no idea. But all those fights are over. Now is the time for the highlights. SouL, let's have a look at the highlights. Which team is at the top? And undoubtedly, 7C is there with 14 finish points for them, 29 total points, and a chicken dinner. Velocity Gaming, thank kudos to Atanki the way he survived till the final time. He was right there for a very long time. Velocity Gaming at the second position with total 14 points. RCD Esports, no finish points, good placement points, but yes, a very good 1v4 fight from the last remaining player, a very good attempt. 12 points to this team, and they are sitting at the third position. Team Freelancer, finally they are chiming in pretty good. 3 finish points, 8 placement points, makes a total 11 points, and they are in the fourth position. Team Celsius Esports, well, I kind of expected Team Celsius to get a chicken dinner considering they had the western side of the map, western side of the zone completely in their favor. But things went a little south, but they are in a decent spot. Fifth position, 10 points in their favor. NIgma Galaxy with 8 points at sixth position. EXO with 8 points, seventh position. Blind Esports with 6 points at, I'm sorry, EXO at seventh position with 8
Exactly.
points. Blind Esports with 6 points at eighth position. This is complete similar number, 6, 7, 8.
Exactly, and let's not forget Team RCD Esports with a chicken dinner in the very first match, which was a war for victory. They just fought that battle for victory. They just fought that war for victory. But on the other hand, on the second map, Miramar, they were almost pinned down by multiple teams. They had multiple fights. They couldn't take out the, they couldn't take out, the kills this time, the finishes this time. However, they also thought, I mean, they put their minds into the work, and they miraculously survived the end of the zone. I would not say miraculously, that would be an offensive word, but they tactically survived the very end of the match. But once again, Shadow, it's quite hard to see 8-bit on on the least name. And then we have Raven TYCO Reckoning Esports with just one of the finisher points, Orange Rock with 3 finisher points. SouL, on the other hand, on number 13. It's quite not right to see them at such 13th position, but never mind. They still have more battles to fight. They still have more situations to overcome. So I think SouL should buckle up, and they should just get over it. And on the other hand, we have RVNG Esports with a total of 4 points, and that too finisher points. Let's not forget finisher points. I mean, they kind of fought for what they were into the situation. And UDog India, once again, 3 finisher points and 1 placement points with a total of 4 total points. So once again, decent performance by UDog India, and UDog India has been performing good. And even in the first match, they also tried to come up in the top 10. And on the other hand, Blind Esports from with the 6 points total, with 1 placement points and 5 finisher points. And that is what the points table, I mean the match standings are for the second match. I mean, to be honest, what a phenomenal match, ladies and gentlemen. Things are just getting better and better, intense and intense, match by match. We are stepping on to that trophy, the Pro Warrior Cup, and let's see which team will be the unbeatable, because the tagline says itself, let's be unbeatable. And with the energy flowing on from the monster, I mean, things have just escalated to the very next level, I mean the next level play. The next level play, that is what we are expecting, and that is what we are witnessing, and that is what we are looking at right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen, at War Mania Esports, which brings you lots, not just your favorite teams, but also the intensive battles, the proper strategies, and this is what War Mania is all about, ladies and gentlemen. So if you like the channel, make sure to subscribe, and definitely, and also click on the notification bell so that you get notified at the very first and you don't miss all your favorite matchups and all your favorite teams. So once again, what a phenomenal battle and what an evening, Shadow. But unfortunately, we will be here only for those two matches. The other match, however, which I am most excited about, is actually Sandhawk. It's completely a new revamp. I mean, a new map, a new strategy, a new area, a new fighting arena. What are your thoughts on that, Shadow?
Aggressive map of the all and the heal battle meta that has been we have been witnessing in Senok. I want to see which team this time goes for the heal battle, because I've been seeing players, one player of the team going with a 15 first stage or 10 first stage onto him and going for the heal battles. I think we are going to certainly witness that this time again. But everybody in the chat, let me tell you, like Cell also mentioned, that we were here only for the two games. Rest of the games will be streamed exclusively on Loco only. So you'll have to go to Loco stream, and the viewers match is already there. But wait, don't go, because overall standings are yet to be shown. And let's have a look at the overall standings. RCD Esports being in the top, being the consistent performers, 33 points, six finish points. 7C Esports at second position with 29 points. Exo at third position with 28 points, Revenge at fourth with 21 points, Velocity Gaming at fifth position with 20 points, and UDog India at sixth position with 18 points, Freelancer at seventh with 12 points, NIgma Galaxy at eighth with 12 points, OR Esports at ninth with 12 points, Celsius decent performance, I'll say, in the two games, having good finish points. In fact, seven finish points are pretty good. They just need to work on their placement points. At the 10th position with 11 points. But Team 8-Bit and SouL, 8-Bit, I'm sure they are going to do a comeback. But Team SouL at the 15th position.
Actually, Shadow, I'm hoping best for Team SouL as well, because the way they have been performing in these two battles, I mean, looking at their battles, they were mostly surrounded. I mean, things were not in their favor, as to be precise, actually, because SouL couldn't make a comeback this time. I mean, they tried hard, very hard, and to be honest, to be precise, very hard. They tried very hard to come overcome, but some way, somehow, they got knocked out by 7 Seas Esports, which were already into the zone area. So let's say that SouL also might give a comeback later on. Who knows? Who knows what? I mean, and there's that. And as we see, Blind Esports is once again at the total of 9 points at 13th place. Shadow, one thing that I noticed, that Blind Esports was constantly in the top five in the conquest round, if I'm correct.
Are the 13th position with 9 points, there is no doubt. But Team Blind, the first map, yeah, flight path was completely different, zone was completely different. That kind of didn't favor to the players of Team Blind and Team 8-Bit also. So yes, match one, yes, there was little problem for Team Blind this time also. They didn't anticipate that there is a team at the backside when they were picking up fight with snacks. They didn't anticipate that, but that's okay. 13th position, 9 points, 8 finish points, nothing to complain about, considering the fact that RCD Esports with 6 finish points. That means they need to work on their placement points. Placement point and finish point balance is very necessary, and I can all see that only from two teams, or in fact three teams, I'll say. teams at second, third, fourth, and fifth position, they are having quite a balance between finish points and the placement points. The rest of the teams, either they are having a very good placement points or very good finish points.
Exactly. To be talking about the placement points, as we see 4, 5, 6 almost has 9, I mean, finisher points. 4, 5, 6 has almost 9 points, but as we see at number 13, Blind Esports has 8 finisher points, which is also not bad at all, Shadow, to talk about. So, ladies and gentlemen, this was the overall standing from the match 2. That is what we look at right now, and as we speak, the many more battles, to come. Man, the next map, let's not forget, it's San Hawk, and I am so much excited about that Asian map. I mean, all that rain, all that grasses, all those rocks to get covered from drop clashes at unknown location, whatever it be. Will it be Sami, will it be Paradise Resort, will it be the boot camp, will it be Painan, that is also once again the another place, will it be the ruins? I don't know, and let us find out. But unfortunately, the next match will be streamed exclusively on Loco from the next match, and this is the point where we the English language stream will have to take a stop over here. But once again, let's see you tomorrow. I mean, we'll be seeing you tomorrow once again, inaugurating all those battles.
Let's see you guys on the Loco chat.
Yeah, Loco chat.
Because
And
we'll
yeah,
be there.
exactly. And don't forget to, take part in the final match. I mean, I'll be trying my best, to get the ID password and, jump in as soon as I can. And let's see, fingers crossed. What if I win the match? I mean, yeah, those goodies which they offer from the SouL store.
If you get UCs and goodies from SouL store.
Yep,
Easy as that.
exactly. That is as easy as that. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the highlights as we speak. Be coming here to Caster's desk as the match from the Sandhawk has now already been started. So half of the chat has now been shifted towards the Loco. And ladies and gentlemen, this is where we, the English casters and the English channel here from the side of War Mania, wish you all goodbye and wish all the teams which are here very best of luck and give it your best. And Shadow, actually, I can't wait to see that match, on Loco. So that's on to you now.
If you want to see the, go to Loco, and we will see you all. You guys in the chat. Me and SouL are joining the chat, and we'll be witnessing the teams playing. So let's head on to Loco, and we'll bid you bye bye for today.
Have a nice night, ladies and gentlemen. See you again tomorrow, the same time, with the same battles, not same battles, but much more aggressive battles. And this is where we say good night, and that's it.
Yeah. I spit raps like a heart attack, fast fatal heart impact, past painful scars. In fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact don't ask, grab reactions, jacked attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new silver excuse, I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet out. Get ready for defeat now, I'm gonna make you bleed out. Listen on repeat now and weed out all the weak now. Get up and make a change, don't remember yesterday. If you got something to say, speak your mind before your grave. Cause your life is yours to save, ain't nobody gonna change. Everybody stays the same, so be different, make a name,
like
huh?
a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over, and just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over, and just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer. I march until it's over, and just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer, marching till it's over.
It's ridiculous, I'm spitting this meticulous and limitless, while others out there spitting shit got hits up on the charts. It's it. I see why other artists quit, cause people don't reward good shit. They love to hate but hate to live. Society, you swing and miss. And honestly, I get it. Promise me you won't regret it. Wasting energy, forget it. Don't look back, go on and get it. Bite the bullet just a bit. Bite your tongue and don't say shit. Make your actions hard to miss. Be a legend, not a myth. Yeah. It's obnoxious that I'm conscious. Rapping honest as promise. Try to harness. As an artist, stay modest. It's a long quest. I will not quit till 10,000 people going off when I drop this. I gotta make it now. Swear to God I'm breaking out. Swear to God I'll take a bow. Stand the stage with the crowd, cause I got it figured out. I'm just honest and I'm loud. Saying modest but I'm proud. No, I never had a doubt.
Just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer, marching till it's over. And just like a soldier, I keep on moving forward, always getting closer, I'm marching till it's over.